Hi, I am out here in my beautiful green backyard with my green hair that's supposed to be blue, but I went in the pool maybe one too many times and it's faded to green, and that's just what happens. This is also, I always tell people this is what my hair looks like at the end of a project, and I am actually at the very end of a writing project, so I usually have green hair, and it's a sign that I have not been to the salon in a hot minute because I've been writing. I probably should get on the schedule and get this turned blue again, but I don't know, it's a little bit of a swamp witch aesthetic. It's a vibe, right? Anyway, I thought I would get on here and let you know my little plan for the upcoming month of September, probably into October, maybe beyond. It kind of depends on how things go, but I thought I would let you know what I'm planning. So I've been thinking about this for a little while, and I finally decided that I'm going to do it. I am going to document the process of writing a novel from beginning to end, from, the brainstorming, outlining, first draft, second draft hopefully will be the polished draft. It usually is for me, but there's no absolute guarantee. And that will probably be the end of it. I'll probably just document the process, through the drafts. I don't know, I might even take it all the way through, formatting, covers, publishing. Because that might also be interesting. I just think it will be a really good exercise for me. This will be I did the calculation earlier today. This will be either my 27th or 28th novel that I have written. So by this stage in my career, I definitely have a process. I have a way that I go about writing a book, and yet every single time I write a book, it feels completely different and completely new and is its own unique sort of challenge. So that means each book is its own interesting journey and therefore worth documenting in its own right, but it also is likely to follow some very similar patterns to what I have experienced writing in the past. And I think for me, it will be really useful to have some of these videos to look back on and go, oh, hey, I have felt this way before. I have felt like I am writing the worst thing that anyone has ever written, ever. I have felt this way before, and I have come through it and have written... I'm not saying I've ever written the great American novel, but I have probably not written the worst thing ever written ever either. So, there's hope to be had. So I think it'll be kind of interesting. I also am interested to see what it does just for my own mental state, like to get to the end of a work day and then hop on camera for, let's say, 5 minutes to just kind of recap my day, good, bad, or indifferent. And I'm wondering if it might actually even help my own mental game a little bit, just having that accountability with myself of like, hey, I'm going to get on camera at the end of the day. Let's take a time to mentally think through some positives here and not just dwell on the negatives. Because like when I'm in the thick of a manuscript, I'm telling you what, it can get just really mentally daunting, even though I love what I do. Like, don't get me wrong, I love what I do. I love my craft. I've been doing it for a long time now, and I get to the middle of a project and I'm always just like, I sometimes feel like I'm just mentally crumbling under the weight and pressure of it. So I'm interested to see what an experiment like this will do for my mental process, just of that day-to-day accountability with myself. And I kind of debated about whether or not this was something I would post and share on social media, and then I kind of thought, why not? I know there's a lot of people out there who they're either novelists themselves and maybe would find this kind of, accountability, quote unquote, encouraging, or people who are thinking about writing novels, or people who are, dabble a little, or you're just a reader and you're curious to know like what kind of goes on in the mind of a writer as she is like composing her work. I think it could be interesting. And, every writer is different. Like, I know a lot of writers. I'm friends with a lot of different writers, and I have never met any two writers who had the same writing process. But, you can always learn a little something from someone else's writing process. You can always pick up little tips and tricks. Like, I know I have. I've accumulated so many different things to my own creative arsenal just from listening to other people talk about their own creative journeys. So I don't think I've ever seen, there might be some out there, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody like truly document a day-to-day video diary of you know, the birth of a novel, like from beginning to end. So I think it's an interesting experiment. I'm interested to see, just like I said, how it goes for myself. I think this book is a good one to do it with because looking ahead to what the story is, I don't think it's going to be super long. The one I've been working on all summer has just been, it's a big book. It was a big old book. And I think this next one is going to be a little bit more manageable in size. Though, honestly, who knows? It's not even outlined yet. I truly have no idea what it's going to end up being. We will see. But anyway, I am supposed to start that book next week. I'm hoping to start it, like, as of Monday. And by start it, I mean I'll probably be, like, brainstorming, finalizing outline, that kind of thing. Like, I probably won't start actually drafting until hopefully by the end of that week. We'll see. I mean, it just depends on how quickly it all comes together. But regardless, once I start, like the day I start brainstorming it is the day I'm going to start keeping my little video diary log for it. So you will get to follow along on that process if you so desire. So anyway, if you're interested in any of this, like, be sure to follow me here. I'm going to post the videos on TikTok. I'm going to post them on Instagram. I will probably post them on YouTube as well because why not? They're going to exist in any case, so they might as well go up on YouTube. So I hope you find it interesting. I hope you leave me comments if you have any questions about anything along the way. I am going to try very, very hard to give no spoilers for the book, which is going to be interesting to, like, document the writing of a book and not actually give away spoilers for the book. But this one is book 2 in an ongoing trilogy. So it already has an established reading audience and people that are actually, like, really excited to see where I'm going to go with it. So I would really hate it if I accidentally, like, dropped a spoiler for those people. So I'm going to try very, very hard to, like, not give away plot points. But, you know, I think that there's going to be plenty to talk about without actually getting into the specifics of the book. In fact, I think it might almost be more interesting just to talk about the writing, the process of writing, the mental state of writing, things like that, without getting into the nitty-gritty of the story itself. So that's the plan. I hope you're interested. I can't wait to talk to you more. I probably won't, for the most part, be out in my beautiful green backyard. I'll probably be in my little office space when I do this. It's going to be super casual because, like, I'm not that social media savvy. I don't have fancy microphones or lights or anything, and most of the time I don't bother putting on makeup, so it's going to be pretty casual. You're going to get a pretty basic version of Sylvia, but hopefully that just adds to the fun along the way. So anyway, I hope to see you next week when I start this. Until then.